Hi guys, I want to talk to you about Highlander. Now, don't you dare scroll away. I'm only going to talk about it because of the remake, okay, and not because I'm a crazed Highlander fan that I am. Nobody in my life would even know I'm a Highlander fan because I've covered it up so well over the years with an inconspicuous food addiction, which I've clearly got away with. Okay, now they lied to us Highlander fans. There can be only one? Really? Then why was there a Highlander 2 or 3? Blasphemy. I mean no disrespect when I say this, but why did they actually? Why do you know what? Why do we say I mean no disrespect and then almost inevitably go on to say something disrespectful? Anyway, I'm curious to know why Christoph Lambert was the pick for Connor MacLeod. Okay, and then they cast a Scot who was an Egyptian who worked for the King of Spain and was now in Scotland mentoring a Frenchman masquerading as a Scot. I mean, do we not have Scottish actors that we could have used? Or were they too busy playing Egyptians? Anyway, and Henry Cavill better have a good vocal coach because we Scots are rarely, if ever, impersonated well. But only we would really know that. The Americans usually can't tell. Well, you Americans can't usually tell. Why would you? It's very subtle. But it's your bucks that make the difference at the box office. There's only 5.5 million people here in Scotland. So, our opinion matters as much as like starving kids do to Elon Musk. And I thought it would be a brilliant nod to the original if Clancy could be Ramirez. And then I realised that would be really implausible because rather than being bested convincingly in combat against Dave Bautista as the new Kurgan, Clancy does look like he could give Dave Bautista a right good body spanking. So, just a moment. Hi, sorry about that there. Damn menopause. Right. In my humble opinion and correct opinion, if I want your opinion, I'll tell you what it is. Highlander should never have had a sequel, ever. I don't want to know why they were immortal or where they came from or how the quickening worked, what that was all about. Just leave it the hell alone. Now, the Highlander remake, you've got such a great opportunity. You have the winning trifecta, okay? You've got Scottish romanticism, right? Oh, timeless, chef's kiss. You've got Henry Cavill in a kilt, okay? There's going to be an enormous gaggle of geese of new fans to see it. Can you imagine the stampede of Cavill fans that you'll heading to the cinema? They'll be, all to. Sorry, my geese sound very much like turkeys. In fact, that sound reminds me very much of the time I got caught up in a group of pensioners in the reduced aisle at the supermarket with a pile of clearance price salmon. I was genuinely scared. Anyway, so because you've got Cavill in a kilt, I hope that the cinemas will have the foresight to laminate their seating because there's going to be millions of folks sliding off those seats like slugs with a head cold. Highlander fueled many aspects of my teenage years, including my love of swords. And coincidentally, my 25-year-old son is a strapping 6'5" blacksmith who makes swords and does reenactments and stuff. And he's also got a popular channel on X, so go follow him. I'll leave a link. So, no, I don't want to go see it. You can't make me go see it. I don't want it butchering it. Or maybe I'm an old fuddy-duddy. Maybe I'm just clinging on to my youth, the old days. But as someone wise once said, it's better to burn out than to fade away.